Much better. Alright, so I got maybe halfway done the box, maybe a little less. But I have all my 1980s right here. All my 1970s right here. All my 1960s and below right there. And I keep them because I go through the 82s and weigh them to make sure I got the copper one. And then these are all copper, the 70s, and obviously these are all copper. But I separate them by year. And I keep them in different bins, and then maybe one day melt them down when we're allowed to. I'm not really sure, but I keep them. And these are all 2017 Ps because it's the first year that they put the P on the Lincoln penny, and they might be worth something in the future. And I just like to have them, but I only keep the good ones. Over here we have 1983s. And I'm going to weigh all them to make sure there's not a copper in there for everything. But these are all like the little woodies. See, I don't know if you'll be able to see them. See, it's got the lines in them. Little light lines. These are all the S Mint marks or 1970s. I have tubes of 1970s. Everybody says hold on to them, but I don't know. I get a lot of them. Large date and small date. This is a 68S. That's in good condition. Far are the 5 wheats that I've gotten. I haven't really looked at them, so we'll look at them together. I was gonna do this. 1954. That's in pretty good shape. 1948. Oh, we got some low ones. Lower. Good shape, too. 1955. And always keep your eye out for that double die. You'll know if you have one. It is very pronounced. It's, you don't need a magnifying glass or anything to see that. 1951. These are all in decent condition. And also the 1950 PDNS. They're all low mintage, so you always want to hold on to them. 1953. Alright, and then also, obviously I'm going to put these into this pile, and then when I'm done, I look at all these through a magnifying glass, just the 1960s and below, and then the 70s and the 80s all go into a box in one. So far, check this out, my first Indian, 1899. And I haven't checked to see if there's a mint mark yet. Oh, we got, oh, now it's upside down. You guys see anything? I'm not seeing it. So, Philadelphia. Alright, so this roll right there, by far the best so far. And as you can see, you got the 82s and then 70s, 60s, 2017s, and everything else that I'm just keeping track of. I know my... Alright guys, 2 of them back to back. Check these bad boys out. 1951. I think that's the second time we got 1951. What do we got here? 1956. Alright. These are Canadians. There we go. I usually don't get too many Canadians. I did find, there's 2 S's, another 70, 69S, and then a 60. I have a lot of 60s and 70s, but everybody always says keep them put aside, so I do. I don't know if I'll ever use them or not, but maybe I'll find a real nice one day. But, yep. That's it for right now, and we got a quarter of the box left. Alright, see you in a few. Guys, check this out. It's got like a Mason symbol on it. I've seen the one where it's smoking a pipe, and I got a couple ones that are on the pennies, but I've never seen one like that. Let's see what this is. Yeah, it's some kind of Mason sign. That's pretty neat. The G in the middle. It's a shame they put a hole in it. I mean, the Mason sign itself would have been cool, but... Alright guys, here's the wrap up. Here's all my 1983s. They all weigh 2.5 like they should. So no coppers, which would have been awesome. These are all my 1960s, 1950s, and 1940s. I did find a 1946 in my very last roll, but I'm not sure where it went. It's in there somewhere. And I check all of them with this Jewelers Loop, and while I was checking them, I actually found a DDR. Alright, you can see it pretty good there. So, yeah, a 1964 DDR. You can see it most prominent on United. And then, right here, we have all the 1970s. 70, 70, 70s, some 60s. These are all S-Mint marks. The 1973, 69S, 68S, 72S, and 71S. And then we'll start from right to left. We have that Mason stamp inside of the wheat penny, or not wheat penny, but the regular penny with the hole in it. The Indian head, which was the prize of the night besides that DDR, and that's in 1899. Here we have some wheat pennies, 64, 56, 88, and 87 looks like. Also we have two 2009s, and there is one more, but I'll show you that in a second here. These are all the woodies, so you can kind of see them. So I found, like, I think it's 5. See all the wood grain detail in there? Not the strongest ones, but that's better than none. 5 a box is pretty good. And these are my AUBUs that I found. So let me see if I can get out and you guys can see this better. No, I don't know, it doesn't want to now. But this log cabin one, that came out, I mean, that came out of a roll and it looks brand, like, well, I guess it's kind of brand new. But for being in a roll, it looks very, very nice. 2014. These are all the ones with toning all over the place. The camera really doesn't do it much good. But, yeah. 2017's the empty box, and guys, well, that's a wrap up. I'm gonna put all the 1970s and 60s, 50s, 40s in the boxes they belong in. And I just got an email from PCGS, and I sent a couple pennies off to get graded, and I'm really hoping that they come back MS 67, 68, you know, all 68s would be beautiful, but I mean, I did find them, you know, boxes and rolls, so I'm just hoping for the best, but we'll do a live unboxing on that. I also have a couple of packages from AppNext coming, and we'll definitely do live unboxings for that. I pretty much know what I'm getting, but I've never seen them before. Some of it's brand new issue, some of it's very low mintage. Also, I have an 1850 braided hair large scent that I sent to PCGS, and it was holdered by, or slabbed by somebody else, RNG, Royal Numismatic Guarantee Company, so a no-name company, and I wanted to get it reholdered, so PCGS is doing that. It says MS65 right now, and I really hope they stay with that grade. It's a beautiful, beautiful coin. But if they go lower, I told them I would accept a lower grade. But if it is an MS65, it's worth a pretty penny. So my fingers crossed on that one. One last thing, I wanted to show you guys my coins. This is how I keep them. They all have their own box: quarters, nickels, dimes, pennies, and half dollars. And this is how I keep them too. Like all the tone ones, BU, the 60s, 1970s. And then when they fill up, I put them down here, and then when there's too much, I'll get another box, and I'll just keep the one box for rolls like this, and then the other box will keep all the full rolls, and I do that with everything. I have, I don't know if you can see it down there. I got nickels, dimes, and quarters. And there's another one back there, but yeah, that's my electrical cord that plugs into my wall so I can charge my phone up here. Alright, that was it. Alright, see you guys next time. Alright, we are off to go to Fidelity Bank. Get some more coins.